Speaking about SNL, could you explain what the moment felt like when you learned you'd been chosen to be a cast member?
Man, like it was unreal when they called. I was in Detroit and I was doing shows, and I woke up and I got a call because I knew the call would either come whether I was going to get the job or not. And I had already like thought I was going to get the job that year prior and didn't get the job, and it was always a job that I was like, man, I don't know, I don't think I need that, because I'm like I like to prepare myself to like not get something and be able to live my life and like figure out different ways to make it. Because I was like, oh, I don't need that. And I truly believed it, you know what I'm saying? And I truly believe like if I didn't get it, I think I would still make it in this business in some way, But when I got the call to like be on the show, it was like, oh, for real? And that's when my brain decided to be like, all right, you know what? This is how much you really like it. Because I was like, oh, this would be dope. I started thinking about Eddie, started thinking about Chris, started thinking about Tracy, all the black people that were in that place, and like, oh, I could be a part of this legacy. Kenan, Leslie. So I was like, man, this would be dope if I could like leave my stamp here. And I knew that writing for that show and that environment itself was extremely hard. And I wanted that push because I was at a point where I could have just toured doing stand-up and like and getting some shows here and there and doing movies whenever I could get them as long as possible. But this was something that could elevate the things that I was doing, and yeah, so I just got really excited. And I wasn't as excited until I got that call. It's kind of like, yeah, you can tell me what you're gonna pay me until I see that check.
Yeah.
I don't know. We gonna see,
You mentioned Eddie Murphy. Do you have a favorite Eddie Murphy SNL moment?
Oh, yes. My favorite moments are Too Hot for the Hot Tub, Gumby. But my favorite stuff now is watching like all the like pieces that no one watches for real, because it's like when you have SNL is like there's so many sketches that go unseen, because it's like week to week you're making this new show and everything's not a classic. So it's like I like watching the like week to week stuff that they have on the servers where you just go back and like, oh, his very first show where he did the Weekend Update for the first time, and then like these other little sketches that aren't out there, like the ones that aren't popular. I like watching that because to me that resonated, because I'm like, man, how being black in that place and like trying to like write what you think is funny. I mean, period, without race in it. But then on top of that, like trying to write what you're funny and translate that. Like translating Soulja Boy was like, and like we were mad nervous. We knew half the building didn't know who Soulja Boy was for real or why he was relevant. You know what I mean? So like, I was like, man. So I always go back and look and see how he did it.
You mentioned Kenan. What's it like working with him?
Kenan's like the big brother you want on anything. He's a legend for a reason. And he's just like the coolest dude, ready, down for whatever, will take like any idea and elevate it. Anything he has in his hands, he just elevates it every time. And the man was born doing sketch comedy. I feel like he was born on a set. You know what I mean? Like he's constantly cool, constantly like positive, and just fun.
Is there a bit of advice that Keaton gave you that you feel you would give to the generation coming up after you?
Yeah, he said that everybody wants to have the impact that Eddie had. You know what I mean? Everybody black wants to have that impact, but like you don't chase other people's journeys. You just create your own. And I came in there kind of living my life like that, but it's always good to remind yourself of that, and that the season's long. You know what I mean? So while you might have one thing on, or you might not get anything on, and then you get like one sketch on, it might be a while before you get the sketch on. It's like really about like the quality of what you're doing, because people aren't gonna remember a whole show. People remember, you know what I mean? They remember you coming out and doing your thing, and then that goes for writers and everything. Like writers are paying attention to how you perform at a piece and how you come out and say your 2 lines. Even if you only have 2 lines, you just gotta, you bring what you can to that, and how important all that is. To just have fun and remember that we're having fun for a living, which is something that you always have to constantly remember, because it is an office job, you know what I mean?